In last video, we have seen AC circuit with pure resistor, then AC circuit with pure inductor, and AC circuit with capacitor. In this video, first we will see next AC circuit, which is called series LCR circuit, or AC circuit with inductor, capacitor and resistor in series. AC circuit with inductor, capacitor and resistor in series. This circuit is also called series LCR circuit. In this circuit also, we are going to see how is the variation of EMF and current in inductor circuit and in capacitor circuit. We have seen what is meant by inductive reactance and what is meant by capacitive reactance. Inductive reactance means resistance offered by inductor to the flow of alternating current. Similarly, capacitive reactance means resistance offered by capacitor to the flow of alternating current. Similarly, in this circuit where there are three components, one inductor, second capacitor, third resistor, all these three components, they offer resistance to the flow of alternating current. This resistance offered by all these three components to the flow of alternating current is called impedance of that circuit. We are going to find expression for impedance using phasor diagram. First, I will draw the circuit. This is inductor of self-inductance L. Then capacitor is connected in series with this inductor. This is capacitor of capacity C. Then resistor is also there in series of resistance R. We have taken three components in series: inductor, capacitor, resistor. And across these three components, source of alternating EMF is connected. Source of alternating EMF is connected. This is series LCR circuit. Now, you know that in series combination, the current passing through different components is same. The current passing through different components is same. You get same current in all these three components: inductor, capacitor, resistor. Therefore, consider the equation of current passing through the circuit I equal to I0 sine of omega t. Current is same. Current will show same phase in all three components. Same value in all three components at given instant. Therefore, we can represent the current passing through circuit by this equation I equal to I0 sine of omega t. Now, the EMFs that we get across different components will be in different phase with this current. Suppose that EL is the EMF across inductor. EC is the EMF across capacitor. ER is the EMF across resistor. These EMFs will show different phase difference with this current passing through the circuit. In inductor, you know that EMF is always ahead by pi by 2 radian than the current. In capacitor, EMF lags behind the current by pi by 2 radian. And in resistor, both EMF and current, they are in phase. In resistor, both EMF and current, they are in phase. Suppose we will represent these EMFs across each component and this current in phasor diagram. In phasor diagram. Suppose that this is y-axis and this is the x-axis. I will draw figure on this side. This is y-axis and this is x-axis. I am drawing here phasor diagram. First draw the phasor for current at t equal to 0. Or suppose that the phasor for current comes on x-axis. Phasor means rotating wave. At some instant, consider that phasor for current comes on x-axis. This is phasor for current. This vector represents current. We have taken it on x-axis. Now, with reference to this phasor for current, draw the phasors for different EMFs. Draw phasor for EL, draw phasor for EC, and draw phasor for ER. EL means what? EMF across inductor. In inductor we have seen that EMF is always ahead than current by pi by 2 radian. Means the phasor for EL will come along positive y direction. This angle is pi by 2 radian. EL is ahead than current by pi by 2 radian. Therefore, draw phasor for EL along positive y direction. EC means EMF across capacitor. In capacitor, we have studied that current is ahead than EMF, or EMF lags behind the current by pi by 2 radian. Means you have to draw phasor for EC along negative one direction. This is phasor for EC, which is along negative y direction, because EMF lags behind the current by pi by 2 radian. Measure angle pi by 2 radian from this phasor of current in clockwise direction. You'll get phasor for EC. Now, phasor for ER. ER means EMF across resistor. It will come along the direction of current, because in resistor we have seen that EMF and current both are in phase. Both are in phase. Therefore, you have to draw ER along same direction that of current, that is along positive x direction. Now assume that here this EMF is greater than this EMF. EMF across inductor is greater than EMF across capacitor. In between these two EMF, there is a phasor difference of 180 degree, pi radian. One is along positive one direction, second is along negative one direction. And EL is greater than EC here. The resultant of these two, you will get along positive y direction. Suppose this phasor represents EL minus EC. This phasor, it will come along positive y direction. This is ER, EMF across resistor. This is the resultant of EMF across inductor and capacitor, which is along positive one direction. These two EMFs, they are perpendicular to each other. Phasor difference of pi by 2 radian is there. Therefore, net EMF by parallelogram law, it will come along the diagonal. Net EMF by parallelogram law, it will come along the diagonal, denoted by E0. This magnitude will represent the peak value of net EMF, denoted by E0. This E0 we can write from figure in root ER square plus EL minus EC square. It is a resultant of these two quantities which are perpendicular to each other. There is a phasor difference of pi by 2 radian between them. Therefore, this resultant quantity we can find by taking the square root of this ER square plus EL minus EC bracket square. This ER square we can write as the I0 into R. This ER we can write I0 into R. Therefore, ER square you will get I0 square into R square. Similarly, this EL, it is I0 into XL minus this is I0 into XC bracket square. Current into reactance gives us EMF across inductor and capacitor. current into resistance gives us EMF across resistance. I0 square you can take common in root and then take it out of root. You'll get here E0 equal to R0 into in root R square plus XL minus XC bracket square. E0, it is equal to R0 into in root R square plus XL minus XC bracket square. From this we can write this I0 E0 upon in root R square plus XL minus XC bracket square. This is I0. Compare with Ohm's law. Compare with Ohm's law here. By Ohm's law, I0 is E0 upon R. Here, in place of R, in place of resistance, there is a quantity under R square plus XL minus XC bracket square. This quantity under R square plus XL minus XC bracket square, it plays the role of resistance in this series LCR circuit, which is called impedance, denoted by Z. We get Z is equal to under R square plus XL minus XC bracket square. This is impedance. And this is the expression for impedance that we have obtained here using this phasor diagram. To draw this phasor diagram, you must know the phasor differences between different EMFs and current. And then, with the help of phasor diagram, find out resultant EMF. And then, by comparing it with Ohm's law, we can find impedance, that is the total resistance offered by different component to the flow of alternating current. Of course, this is resistance, its unit will be ohm. Impedance is measured in terms of ohm. The reciprocal of impedance is called admittance. The reciprocal of impedance is called admittance. Its unit is ohm inverse. Its unit is ohm inverse. You can define this Z in another way also. Another definition for Z is ratio of root mean square value of EMF in this circuit to root mean square value of current in same circuit. ERMS upon IRMS always gives us impedance of that circuit. ERMS upon IRMS always gives us impedance of that circuit. Now, suppose that this resultant EMF, it shows phase difference of 5 with this current. It shows how much phase difference? 5 with this current. From this figure, we can write tan phi equal to, this is L minus EC upon ER. L minus EC upon ER, opposite upon adjacent, tan phi. This EL, we can write R0 into XL. This EC, it is R0 into XC. This ER, it is R0 into R. Take R0 common, cancel it. We get tan phi equal to how much? XL minus XC upon R. Tan phi comes equal to this. From this we can write phi tan inverse of XL minus XC, XL minus XC upon R. From this formula, we can find the phase difference between net EMF and current, which is tan inverse of XL minus XC upon R. When EL is greater than EC, the resultant of these two comes along positive one direction. In that case, you get this phase difference always positive. Means EMF is ahead than the current by phi radian. If EC is greater than EL, the resultant of the two will come in negative y direction. Resultant of these two will come in negative y direction. In that case, net EMF will come in this fourth quadrant. And here you will find that phi, which is phase difference between EMF and current, it is negative. It means that in that case means when EC is greater than EL, EMF lags behind the current by phi radian. This is all about series LCR circuit. Now after this, we are going to see power in different AC circuit. Power in different AC circuit. Power in different AC circuits. Power in different AC circuits. First one is resistor circuit. Here we are going to find expression for power in different AC circuit, resistor circuit, then inductor circuit, then capacitor circuit, and then series LCR circuit. And then after that, we will find average power also. First circuit is resistor circuit. You know how is the resistor circuit? Simple circuit in which source of alternating EMF is connected across resistor of resistance R. This is resistor circuit. Consider that the instantaneous value of EMF that we get from the source, it is equal to E0 sine omega t. This is the instantaneous value of EMF that we get from this source. This is resistor circuit. In resistor circuit, we have seen that current and EMF both are in same phase. Therefore, equation for current, we get I0 sine of omega t. This is the equation for current. Current and EMF both are in same phase. I0 is the peak value of current, E0 is the peak value of EMF. Now, power in electric circuit, it is always EMF into current. Using this value, we get here E0 sine omega t into R0 sine omega t. This power P, it comes E0 I0 sine square omega t. This is the expression for power in resistor circuit. This equation gives us instantaneous power. Power at time t. Now, find out average power. Average power consumed in this circuit during one cycle of alternating EMF for one rotation of alternating EMF. Average power we can find like this. Average power is integration 0 to t p dt upon capital T. Take the integration of power for one cycle. Take the integration of instantaneous power for one complete cycle and divided by total time taken for one cycle, which is equal to period. Put this value of P here. You'll get integration 0 to t E0 I0 sine square omega t dt upon t. You can take this E0 I0 out of integration. In upon there is a t. In integration there is a 0 to t sine square omega t dt. Now here don't solve this integration. Direct write value of that integration. Remember this integration, after solving this integration, after solving you'll get how much? T by 2. Put value of this integration T by 2. This T get cancelled. We get here E0 I0 upon 2, which we can write like this: E0 upon root 2 into I0 upon root 2. This E0 upon root 2, it is nothing but root mean square value of EMF, and this is nothing but root mean square value of current. Therefore, we can write that in resistor circuit, average power is always the product of root mean square value of EMF and root mean square value of current. Remember that average power, which we can denote by P bar, it is ERMS into IRMS. This is power in resistor circuit. Now, second circuit is inductor circuit. Second circuit is inductor circuit. First we'll find expression for power in inductor circuit and then average power. First we'll find expression for power in inductor circuit and then average power. Consider AC circuit in which source of alternating EMF is connected across inductor of self-inductance L. This is the inductor circuit. Consider that the instantaneous value of EMF that we get from the source equal to E0 sine of omega t. This is instantaneous value of EMF. In inductor we have studied that current always lags behind the EMF by pi by 2 radian. Therefore, equation for current you get here I equal to I0 sine of omega t minus pi by 2. Current lags behind. Therefore, write minus pi by 2. Don't write plus pi by 2. This is equation for current. If we take equation for EMF, this. Now, in electric circuit, power P is given by multiplication of EMF and current. Instantaneous values are here. E0 sine of omega t into I0 sine of omega t minus pi by 2. This comes sine of omega t minus pi by 2. How much? It comes minus cos omega t. This is minus cos omega t. Solve it using sine A minus B. Sine omega t into cos pi by 2 minus cos omega t into sine pi by 2. This comes minus cos omega t. Means we get this product minus of E0 I0 sine of omega t into cos of omega t. This is the expression for power in inductor circuit. Now find out average power in same manner. We already find out average power in resistor circuit. Use same method. Average power is given by integration 0 to t p dt upon t. This is the instantaneous power. Take integration of this instantaneous power for interval 0 to t and divide it by t. Time for one cycle is period. Solving this, first putting the value of power, which is minus of E0 I0 sine of omega t into cos of omega t dt upon t. You can take this minus E0 I0 out of integration. In upon there is the capital T, 0 to t sine of omega t into cos of omega t dt. Multiply, divide by 2. You get 2 sine omega t into cos omega t, which we can write sine of twice omega t. You can take integration of sine of twice omega t. After taking integration, do upper limit minus lower limit. You will find that the value of this integration, it comes equal to how much? It comes equal to 0. Therefore, average power comes equal to 0 watt. Average power in this circuit comes equal to how much? 0. It means that in such a circuit, no power is consumed. The current that we get in such a circuit is called wattless current. This is the expression for average power in inductor circuit. This is instantaneous power. Now next circuit is capacitor circuit. Next circuit is capacitor circuit. The expression for power in capacitor circuit. See how it comes. Take here capacitor in place of inductor. This is capacitor of capacity C. Consider the value of EMF that we get from the source at time t equal to E0 sine of omega t. Equation for current you have to write like this. In capacitor current is higher than EMF. Means you have to take here phase for current omega t plus pi by 2. This is the current passing through this circuit. Power in the circuit is the multiplication of EMF and current. Putting these values here. This calculation sine of omega t plus pi by 2, it comes cos of omega t. This is plus cos of omega t. Means we get here power E0 R0 sine of omega t cos of omega t. Same equation, only difference is there in sign. In inductor circuit, we have written P is equal to minus E0 I0 sine omega t cos omega t. In capacitor circuit, it comes E0 I0 sine omega t cos omega t. Now, find out average power, which is 0 to t p dt upon capital T. Putting the value of this p, take E0 I0 out of integration. Again write the value of this integration 0. You'll get same value here, that is 0 watt. In capacitor circuit also no power is consumed. The current that we get is a wattless current. This is power in capacitor circuit. Next part of this chapter I will explain in next video.